Active listening. Listening is one of the most important skills you can have. How well you listen has a major impact on your job effectiveness and on the quality of your relationships with others. Active listening. Listening is an important skill in all areas of life, whether you're supporting a loved one through a health problem, dealing with colleagues, or in family relationships. But most of us aren't as good at listening as we'd like to think. Face the speaker and have eye contact. Eye contact is an important part of face-to-face conversation. Too much eye contact can be intimidating though, so adapt this to the situation you're in. Try breaking eye contact every 5 seconds or so, or to show you're listening attentively, look at one eye for 5 seconds, then another eye for 5 seconds, then switch to looking at their mouth. Listen to nonverbal cues too. Facial expressions, tone of voice, and gestures can tell you just as much of what is being said in words. Pay attention to what the other person is saying with their body language. Are they smiling, for example? Or are their arms crossed defensively? Or are they rubbing their eyes as if they're tired or upset? Even on the phone, you can learn a lot from the other person's voice, which might sound subdued or upbeat. Don't interrupt. If you are naturally a quicker thinker or speaker, force yourself to slow down so that the other person can express themselves. Remember, a pause or a few seconds of silence doesn't mean that you have to jump in. Letting the other person speak will make it easier for you to understand their message too. Listen without judging or jumping to conclusions. If you start reacting emotionally to what's being said, then it can get in the way of listening to what is being said next. Try to focus on listening. Equally, don't assume that you know what's going to be said next. Don't start planning what to say next. You can't listen and prepare at the same time. Show that you're listening. Nod your head, smile, make small noises like yes and uh-huh to show that you're listening and encourage the speaker to continue. Don't look at your watch, fidget, or play with your hair or fingernails. Don't impose your opinions or solutions. It's not always easy, but lending a listening, supportive ear can be much more rewarding than telling someone what they should do. When a loved one has health problems is a time when they probably want to tell you how they're feeling and get some things off their chest, rather than have lots of advice about what they should be doing. Stay focused. If you're finding it difficult to focus on what someone is saying, try repeating their words in your head as they say them. This will reinforce what they're saying and help you to concentrate. Try to shut out distractions like other conversations going on in the room, and definitely don't look at your phone. Ask questions. Asking relevant questions can show that you've been listening and help clarify what has been said. If you're not sure if you've understood correctly, wait until the speaker pauses and then say something like, "Did you mean that?" or "I'm not sure if I understand what you're saying about." Paraphrase and summarize. Sometimes called reflecting, this is repeating what has been said to show that you understand it. This may seem awkward at first, but it really shows you've been paying attention and allows the speaker to correct you if you haven't understood correctly. The benefits of active listening: build relationships. People like to know that they are being heard and understood. By actively taking in both what they are saying and also the emotions behind the message, you're creating an atmosphere of trust and mutual understanding. The speaker is more likely to be open and honest with you if he knows he's speaking to a sympathetic, active listener. The benefits of active listening improve productivity. Active listening can be an invaluable skill in the workplace, particularly during boring meetings, which nonetheless convey key information. It can be easy to drift off into passive listening mode, missing much of what's being said. By finding an active way to take in the information, such as asking questions, the listener is more likely to retain it. The benefits of active listening overcome disagreements. Rather than taking a combative stance in a disagreement, sometimes objectively mirroring back what a speaker is saying can help your debate opponent find holes in their own logic. Often just knowing that being heard is enough to coax someone to soften to a position and consider other options.